Hey guys, Jack here, bringing you another video, and today we're going to be doing another review. Now, I'm sorry that this is the third review in as many weeks, but I did have another video planned for this week, a bit of another how-to video, but I'm sorry that I haven't been able to put that out this week. There was a bit of a delay, but hopefully that'll be up for next time. But anyway, today we're going to be getting on with a review I've been meaning to do for a while, and that is of the Class 66 by Bachmann. Now, the Class 66 is my favourite ever diesel locomotive, as a few of you will know. I'll just go through the brief history on the back of the box before we have a look at the model itself. As you can see there, the English, Welsh and Scottish Railway, owned by the American company Wisconsin Central, placed an order in June 1996 for 250 locomotives. They were based on the Class 59, but had a new 3,000 horsepower engine and a top speed of 75 miles per hour. I'm not going to go through all of the history, but I'll pick out some of the more interesting bits. Other rail freight operators which were quick to spot the advantages of the new design, and Freightliner GB Rail Freight, which is what we're looking at today, and Direct Rail Services also placed orders for these locomotives. The success of the Class 66 has spread right across Europe, and with EWS and Freightliner now operating trains in other countries. So as you can see, they are really popular locos. So like it said in the history there, they were based on the Class 59, which did look very similar to this, but I'm guessing had a different engine in. And as you can see, it is a really smart model. It looks absolutely fantastic. I'll show you a bit better when we get out of the box. So I'll just move the camera back and we can have a look on the side. Okay, so the one we're looking at now is I think it's about 6 months old or something. Well, it's about, actually, no, not 6 months. It's about a year old now, this one. Product code is 32-980, Class 66 diesel, 66731, interhub GB, GBRF Europort, and it is 21 pin DCC ready. So we'll just have a look in the box, open the box up and see what you get in it. As you can see, it's just the standard Bachmann sleeve packaging, which is really nice. We'll put that out on the floor out the way. Then straight away you're greeted by the block of ice, as it were, with the locomotive in. So then that just slides out like that. Got all the papers and stuff, we'll go through that in a minute. And there is the model. So now all we have to do is just take off the sleeve, which really does protect it quite well. There's the accessory pack, we'll go through that in a minute. Then just lift the flaps up and lift the locomotive out, just like that. So now that we've got the packaging out of the way, we'll have a quick look through the instruction manual and then look at the model in more detail. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so paperwork wise, all you really get is just your standard stuff that you'd expect. You get a warranty service request form, which is this, which also includes a get on track with the Bachmann Collectors Club paper. So that's basically an invitation to join the Collectors Club. Then on the instruction sheet, which I'll lift the camera up to show you this, but like you get with nearly all models these days, well, by Bachmann and Helgen anyway, you get the exploded diagram, which is what many people call it, which shows you all the different parts and of the inside and outside of the locomotive. So you can see all the motor parts are there, the body shell and all that. And so if you do need to replace something, you can just look down the side here, find that part, and then replace it. As you'll know, we did have to do that with my Hornby J94. So it just does show that they do work. In the accessory pack, you get a couple of things. We'll have a look at this in a minute, but you do get some etched name plates. As you can see, I've already applied them. There they are. But like I say, we'll have a look at them when we do look at the model. Then in the actual pack itself, it's quite a plain locomotive on the front. If we have to flip the paper over, you can see what you get in a bit better detail. As you can see, you get one of these I can't really see what it's called, locomotive front plate air pipes and dummy buckeye coupling. As you can see, so you get this like a air dam thing that goes around the front. Then you also get three like vacuum pipes. And there's also a really nice little dummy knuckle coupling. I think you can just about see it there. And then obviously you've got the other air dam and the proper coupling, which I've taken out the front. So that's all the extras out the way. Let's get a look at the actual model itself. Right then, so I've moved the camera down into a better position so we can have a look at the model in more detail. And the first thing I'm going to say is what a stunner. Look at the front end of this model, it is really, really nice. As you can see, there is all the details of the front of the locomotive is picked out absolutely perfectly with this like electric couple, so you can connect it to the units. Sprung buffers, directional lighting, which we'll see when we run it. These separately fitted window wipers. There's also a light above the window there, as you can see, just there. And there's also this really nice handrail around the front. And there's the screw coupling, the 3-link coupling which I applied to the front. Just zoom in on that and see if you can get a better look. There. Then there's also got the vac pipe, which is there. And also the air scoop, which as you can see just clips off really easy. And there is the hole for the coupling to go in if you want a coupling at both ends. Personally, I think it looks a lot better with the air scoop on. Well, air duct on, so we're just gonna leave that. I'll leave that on. There we are. And I've got it off on the other end, so we'll just have a quick look there as well. As you can see, it's exactly the same on the other end, as they are very, very boxy locos. The nickname Sheds. I forgot to mention that in the brief history. But yeah, as you can see there, I've got the coupling on this end. And if we move over to the other side, you can see that the model has got a driver fitted in this end, so get kind of shown that this is the front of the loco. And if you look at the bogies, these have got really, really nice detail on them. As you can see, all the steps on the bogie are picked out in yellow, leading up to this really nice door here, which is moulded into the body shell. Really nice black plastic grills here, and the bogie detail is absolutely superb. I don't know if it'll pick up on camera or not, but you can just see there, that is a really nice General Motors logo imprinted into the bogie, because obviously these locos are built by General Motors, I think anyway. I think it says that in the history as well, so correct me, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. Looking across the bottom, as you can see, there's lots of full relief underframe detailing right along the bottom, especially coming around the fuel tank and the battery boxes. As you can see, there is lots of detail on there, with warning stickers and fuel gauges there. There is all. I apologise if it comes up with finger marks from my hands on the model. It is a really, really pristine looking finish on this model. As you can see, the blue and orange GBRF Europort livery looking absolutely splendid, and the number there, 66731, and just above the number, as you can see, are the Interhub GB etched metal nameplates, which do look really, really nice. They were quite easy to fit as well. What I did was I cut them out and then stuck them on with double-sided tape. I stuck the nameplates onto the tape and then cut around them. And as you can see, you've got to have quite a neat, quite accurate eye to do that. But I think they turned out quite well. Just to zoom out fully there. Moving along the rest of the side of the loco, as you can see, it is absolutely massive. So you can't get the full model in shot. You can see that there's another door at this end here with some more separately added steps, and another door, and some really nice window detailing. I'll just zoom in there. Hold on, there we are. As you can see, you've got metal around the outside, metal effect out around the outside of the windows. GB Rail for that logo there, and all the specs there. You can't read them. They're that small, but they are there, and that's the main thing. Just there in that little this little black box here next to the GBRF logo. So coming on to the roof now, the roof is really, really nice on this model. It is quite plain, but it does look really nice. As you can see, the exhaust pipe has got this really nice satiny matte finish to it, and weathered up around here would look really, really good on the exhaust. As you can see, the main exhaust here, and then there's the pipes coming off it going down into here. There's also you can see the sections of the roof as well in the lining. You can also see some nice hatches there modelled. Then there's some really, really nice, I'll just pick the camera up for this bit to show you, it might be easier. As you can see, there are some really nice etched grills on the roof, and that's 3 grills all built into one. Sorry about the jump cut there, guys. The camera battery did run down quite low, so I had to quickly switch it off and get this that part of the video saved. But now, one thing I did forget to show you when I was going around the front was the cab detail. I don't know if it's going to pick it up. at the moment. I don't know. There, that's quite good. Just depends how steady I can hold the model. But as you can see, it has got really nice, fully detailed cab interior. Now I know that the cab is a lot more enclosed on a diesel like this than it is on a steam loco, and steam locomotive cabs I've got really nicely detailed over for the past year or so. But that is still really nice. I mean, this model's it was 6 months old when I got it in January, so I'm guessing it's about a year old now, and it's not looking that at all. It just looks really smart. Like I said before, it's got directional headlights, which we will see when we run it properly. But one thing I did mention, well, forget to mention really, before we go on to the actual running of the model, is the weight of it. Now obviously you can see it is really long. It's about 30 centimeters long, this model, or just over 30 centimeters, so it's a pretty big size. I mean, I run it on third radius curves and flexi track, which is what my layout is. But I think it says in the box or in the instruction manual that it will run on second radius, I think. But obviously it's probably not the best for it either. There is also a small switch on the bottom, which I did forget to mention, which as you can see is just there, and that basically just for switching the cab lights on and off, because it does have them as well. As you can see, I've got them turned on. But yeah, like I said, this is a really heavy model. I'm not sure how much it weighs, but obviously being a top end Bachmann diesel, it is going to weigh a heck of a lot, and it certainly doesn't disappoint. This is the heaviest model I've ever owned, or probably ever will, to be honest. It's really big, really strong, really powerful. Now if my layout was bigger and I had enough modern stock, then I would love to do a strength test of this. Or I probably could do that, but just get every bit of rolling stock I have and see if it can pull it, and no doubt it will. So without further ado, we'll get on to the next part of the review, which is going to be the running of the locomotive. Now running will probably be done in a separate video to this, so that'll be part 2. So you can look forward to that in the next few weeks or so. But until then, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.